So I have some rather good news tonight because most of you know we've been living in this house now since 2006. So that's what, 18 years, 19 years. And it's a beautiful 17th century mansion. We love living here. And this room, for example, when we first moved in, it was just a bare brick, broken window storage room, never used really. And as you see, we converted it into a beautiful room. And we've done that in most of the rooms in the back part of the house. The front of the house is heritage. It was in a good condition, but most of the back of the house was not in a good condition when we lived here. Unfortunately, some years ago now, the owner which we rented from in the beginning changed, and some new people bought the house. And they have had only one idea, which is to get us out of the house, because they plan to build 10 apartments here and make lots of money. So we've been fighting them in the court, and on Wednesday, the court decided that, in fact, we have the right to carry on living here. So the owner now either has to go to a very high court, or he has to sell us the house, and we're actually offering him that we'd like to buy the house. So, yeah, we may have to go through a few more court cases, but basically it seems now we're pretty secure to live here. So this is rather good news because we've been investing our energy into this house for 18 years, and some of you may feel that there's actually a very strong energy here, and it's also a lovely place to live. It's a kind of funky old house, and we're funky old people, so yeah. We even have some funky little people today. Hello. Okay, so that's the good news, and so we have a chair and a microphone, so I'd like to welcome anybody who'd like to come and have a talk. But you're discovering that it's quite nice not being anybody, just to be present and respond in each moment to what's happening in the moment. It's actually a very nice way to live.
Yeah, it feels like a big kind of flow and just so much love, and sometimes, yeah, there's nothing. Yeah.
We have to be careful what we say about love, because this is last week. The archive from this meeting ended up on YouTube in the top line of YouTube, So if we talk too much about love, the house will get swarmed with people coming to get a bit of wow, not realizing it's inside themselves. But this is what you're discovering now. Yeah? You've been here, 2 months, 3 months? And now you begin to discover for yourself every day that what you always hope to get from outside, you're now discovering is actually inside. And that's very lovely, of course, because once you know it's inside and that, in fact, this is your very nature, there's a possibility of your whole life changing around, actually. So I remember earlier in the week you had a little crisis because the princess, as you call her, had done something you didn't find okay, and you were not exactly nice to this lady, and so we had to talk to you a bit because what you were doing wasn't really acceptable. But this is now all a bit like funny and in the past, yeah?
Yeah, it was funny from the beginning on and during it also.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, it may not have been so funny for Princess, of course.
Yeah, I know.
Although she told me she didn't really mind. But we don't want to call each other names here, because we're going to have to start calling you Fatty or something. I was called a fat sack one time. Maybe we'd call you a fat sack. But you see, it doesn't make any difference if people call you a fat sack or whatever, It's like, if you feel good with yourself and you're connected to your own essence, nothing can really touch you, So this is also a kind of feeling of security. Yeah? You know that nobody. I often have quite a lot of things that kind of come to me, all sometimes two or three things at once. It's like boom, 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 and I'm like, oh, and then I suddenly think, but everything's actually all right because I'm all right. Everything's all right.
Yeah.
And all these sort of little dramas that get thrown at us, in the end, they're not so important, really. They only appear important if we have a strong personal thing with that person. And this causes all the drama in the world, causes all the pain in the world, and so on. But if you're living more contained in yourself, and you realize that the self in essence is love, then everything is very wonderful. I'm sure our little friend here is living like that. Such a sweet little girl, yeah? At this age, everybody is just like little gods, really. Goddesses, maybe. She's 6 years old, 7? 6, yeah, lovely. I have 2 daughters who are 8. Maybe they can meet sometime. Good, well, so what are we going to talk about? Have you got some project? Or you just want me to know you're very happy?
The project was the question about being present in this moment, responding with yes. And then sometimes the thoughts are coming, but what about my desires maybe? When I would like to do that, or I would be more happy when I do this, how can I say yes to that moment or to something which is coming?
You just let it go in, let it be. For example, I'll give you an example in my own life. So probably 15 years ago, I bought some orange couches, which are in my studio. Yeah? And I haven't really sat on them very much because I haven't used my studio very much because I'm too busy every day to go to the studio much. And so now they had deteriorated, the surface, it was plastic, and then the surface. So I didn't really know what to do. We tried covering them, but that didn't make it very nice. And so I had asked somebody to look on the internet what it would cost to buy. And it turned out they're very, very expensive. They're like 16,000 euros or something, a set, But I knew I hadn't paid anything like that, so I was a bit confused. Anyway, so I just dropped it. And then maybe a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I suddenly again felt I really want to replace those broken old couches. We'll look for a second-hand couch. And sure enough, this same person went again onto the internet and found some couches in Holland. They wanted 5,500 for the couches, the set of the couches. Yeah. And I said to her, well, let's try 4,000. That's sort of my maximum. So she told this person 4,000, and we can pick them up in a few days. So then she wrote back, I can accept 4,600. So then I told this person, it's okay, we'll get them for 4. Tell her we'll pay cash, no tax. You see, so now yesterday she went and paid 4,000. We got these couches, which are much, much better than the original ones that I had, which are all plastic. These are very nice, soft couches. And obviously mine was some kind of cheap copy somebody'd made. But I didn't know that. So even when you have a desire, the desire can come to you if it's supposed to come to you.
So there's nothing I have to do about it.
Maybe you have to apply some energy at the right moment,
When is the right moment?
I don't know why, but, well, the right moment is when it happened. I mean, I woke up one morning with this very strong, let's look again, and we're definitely going to buy these couches second-hand, and I can pay a maximum of 4,000. I just trusted that message, and sure enough, we got them. So things don't really work the way we think they work, you see.
Yeah.
So when you understand that it all works very, very differently, then you can live very, very differently. And this isn't very easy in the regular society, because in the regular society, maybe you end up being a bit alone, you know, or you have so-called friends around, but they don't particularly understand your inner world. They're more into the outer world. And so you can easily feel very lonely when things start happening which are not normal. So living here, of course, everybody gets very supported. I think 2 people were looking after Arjuna when he had his moment the other day. Now he's getting a phone call. And Ananda's also now hardly functioning at all. She's still looking very happy. And lots of energy is moving, she says, but she can't talk, and she's just got her eyes closed. And yeah. So the energy we've created together here, and when I say together, I also mean guests. People have come. We have somebody from England, and so on. So this also, over the years, over 18 years, has created a certain energy field here, and we all get the benefit of that. And this is a bit special, I would say. Okay. You like yellow flowers?
I love yellow flowers.
You do? Oh, very good. Thank you. Do you like a red flower? Yeah. Okay. Somebody else like to come and not waste any time? Birgit's rushing to come here. I can feel it. So Birgit was telling the office today that she'd like to live here, so probably we have something to talk about. You've been here, what, 10 days?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I stopped count. I stopped to count it. I had a funny experience this morning with Ananda.
Yeah?
We were cleaning a guest room, and I was cleaning the glass from the shower and thought it was clean. And Ananda went there and saw a spot on that glass, and she told me, Birgit, can you come? There's still a little bit on the glass, and it was so. It's very simple, but it was so nice for me, because when you have this situation outside, you can get in trouble for months when you have a colleague and you tell him you forgot a spot on there, because everybody takes things like that so personal. And it was for me such a release to have this moment this morning, that it can go like this, you know.
All right.
Very simple, but it makes me so happy.
Yeah, but this in a way is a terribly small thing, yeah?
Yes.
But in another way, it's an extremely big thing.
Yeah.
Because it's illustrating the fact that I was talking about just now, that most people are very caught up in the personal.
Yeah.
And if you say something, they immediately assume you're somehow attacking them or criticizing them or judging them. And in this house, actually, since we lived here 18 years, of course, we've had a few dramas and we've had a few individual dramas, but we've never had sort of stuff where somebody doesn't like somebody and blah blah. You know, what's normal in fact in the everyday life of this in the society. But here we don't have that. Because somehow most people who, once they've been here a short time, you've been here now 10 days, you realize how nice it is to live without being somebody, without always having some, you know?
Yeah, it's so so much less tension because of that. The tension goes so nice and so relaxing. Just you can
And
just
the
work.
result is, you see, you've got a
Yeah.
very nice soft smile today. You've got a new hairstyle, and something for somebody who I don't meet you so often, but you feel a bit different today than last time I met you.
Yeah, I feel that too. Yeah.
So
I
this
think-
is also very interesting. After 10 days meditating and working along with the community here, then it's much easier for you to experience whether you really want to live here or not, because actually you start to have more fun than you had maybe when you first came.
Yes, this morning I looked in the mirror and recognized my that something changed a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Not so serious.
Well, that's very good. I mean, and you've still got more time to be even more happy.
Yeah. We also have this Christmas event, this Christmas week next week. So
Right. We'll have a big turkey dinner on when are we having it? Which evening? Wednesday, is it? Wednesday evening.
Okay.
Great. Oh well, you would
That's
have
all.
to give you a rose. I think. Is there a
Oh,
rose?
yes.
I think you get a rose as it's such a special occasion. It's quite a nice rose. Okay. Wow. Well, you're going to have to come pretty soon. We won't have any room left. Yeah, you. No, I don't. Well, you can come here, but I meant living here. No, come and talk. Come and talk to me anyway. By the time you're ready to live with us, we'll be full up.
We will see.
So I was surprised to see you tonight, but it's nice you're here.
Why were you surprised?
Well, I thought you'd be celebrating Christmas by now, probably.
Yeah, I'll go there tomorrow.
Right, okay. And if you find it boring, you can come and join us for our Christmas.
Yeah. Probably after a few days, I'll see.
You can tell Mummy, if you'd like to give me a Christmas present, I'd like to go and spend Christmas with my new friends.
Yeah, so I don't really have so much to share, but I don't know how to say. Since like a few days, I just have the feeling that like I know who I am. Like I just feel like that, and I can't like say anything about it. But it's been like good.
And this bubbly stuff that you were having, this Kundalini rising or whatever it was, is that still going on?
Yeah, still a little bit. But less during the day, just sometimes.
But now you know who you are.
Well, I don't know, but yeah, I don't know what to say.
But there's something feels different inside in the last days. The way you're approaching life somehow is a bit different.
I feel like when stronger emotions come up, then it's just okay. Like I don't get annoyed about that anymore or anything like that.
You accept more as things come. You're more present by the sound of it. Right. That's very nice.
Yeah.
So probably you have a Christmas break from running and jumping and all the stuff you do in sports.
Yeah, for a few days.
All right. Good. I feel that there's something a bit changed, I don't know. I don't meet you so often, but you seem to be a bit more confident and enjoying whatever's happening now more than you perhaps were some time ago.
Yeah.
Is that right? Something is more relaxed inside you.
Yeah.
Does your sports include boxing?
No, but I want to like do some boxing with a friend and do like stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, because there's a big boxing match tomorrow night.
Ah,
Yeah.
who's fighting?
There's a guy from Ukraine who's fighting a guy from England. They're the two big heavyweight boxers in the world.
Is it UFC fights or something?
I don't
Or
know
it's-
what that is. It's happening in Saudi Arabia. And last time they were fighting, the guy from Ukraine just won it. But nobody got knocked out. And this time, the English guy who lost the last fight, because he was often sort of playing around in the fights, he wasn't so serious, because he thought he would easily win, and then he lost. And this time, his name is Fury, and he's in a fury now that he wants to, this time he's planning to knock the guy out, he says. So I think it's going to be a pretty good fight, yeah.
So you watch boxing?
No, I only watch heavyweight boxing very occasionally, like twice a year.
Okay.
I think I'm attracted to spectacles, when there's a big dramatic spectacle and then they have the camera, and they go around the edge of the crowd and show that Trump is there and somebody else is there, And your exams finish at the end of January?
So my sport exam, yes, but I still have to write my bachelor thesis.
When do you do that?
I should be doing that like for 2 months already, but I haven't. I'm really good at procrastinating. So
What's your do you have is there a final date?
yeah, the 31st of March.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a pity, because we're finishing our retreat in India on I think the 10th of January, 10th of February. And then I'm staying 2 more weeks, and every morning I'll be doing a public meeting like this one. And we were thinking that we would encourage you to come there and spend 2 weeks with us.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you've still got to write your thesis,
Yeah. I don't know if I can do it there.
I don't think so, no.
No.
I don't think you can do it here very easily. And once you get to India, you won't be able to do it.
Okay.
No. You
So
have to do it
maybe next
before. So
year.
now you have an incentive. You can get it written by the 10th of...
Oh, this is impossible.
Indira and Radha... No, who's flying? No, Radha and who was the other one? Ananda. Radha and Ananda, they're flying on about the 12th, is it? About the 12th, 13th. You could fly with them.
Of February? No.
February.
Okay.
February. But you've got to have your thesis done, baby. You've got to get your thesis done.
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably do it in a few days if you really sat and did it, yeah?
It's 30 pages.
30 pages. Right? There, he'll help you with these. AI, you can get it written by AI, and then you'll do very well.
So you put this on YouTube. I never do anything on ChatGPT. What are you saying?
don't think your teachers will be watching this.
That's true.
Well, there you are. You have a talk with him, fix an appointment, get it written. I mean, it's amazing what this thing writes, you know? You can't believe it. It's so good.
But it's also lying a lot. Like the sources are often like false or don't exist.
Well, you can correct a few things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you have an incentive, you see. You can come to India for 2 weeks.
Incentive?
Incentive, yeah. It's like a kind of desire, you know. Now you've got a desire that if you get it done by, I mean, you've still got 5 or 6 weeks. Your present is a couple of weeks in India.
That's a good deal. I will have to see, yeah.
You don't only need the cost of a ticket. There's no cost to come to the meetings. We can't promise it right now, but we're renting a part of a house, and we might have enough space to, you know, put you in the bath or on a couch or. So I remember when we had a kind of quite a serious talk one time, sometime maybe 2 or 3 months ago. You were telling me, after I could stop you crying and so on, you started to tell me that when you were quite young, I can't remember now, 12, 15, you were telling me how you were reading books like Be Here Now and Eckhart Tolle's book, is it Power of Now?
Yeah.
So now you start to share what you're feeling inside yourself, yeah? Does it fit with what you were reading about all those years ago?
Oh, this is too complicated, the question. What?
Well, out of reading, I mean,
Yeah.
what I understand from your life is that out of reading those books, you got inspired inside. And now, after so many years, you found this community, you found a spiritual teacher, you made friends here, you come regularly, and certainly your life has changed in the last 2 or 3 months.
Yes.
You even look quite different. You're much more relaxed and kind of present and so on. So I wonder if you feel that what you're feeling inside was somehow what you imagine out of reading those books, because the whole point of those books is sort of shift, yeah? And this shift is fairly rare, you know, not so many people go through these changes. And I wonder whether you can feel now you've kind of come to something that you could have imagined when you were much younger.
I think when I was younger, I always read the things and tried to do something about it, and like, how do I get there? How do I do this? And I had like no one to talk with me about it, so I had no one to help me. And now it's like I'm just like not doing anything, just good.
It's just happening by itself. The changes are coming by themselves.
Yeah.
And a new feeling inside you is also coming.
Yeah. And I feel like there was a change from where I always did things and tried to calm down, or all these thoughts, well, it's so annoying, to like when I talk with you, I just like go there and then you say rude things that triggers something that's good, but I don't do anything. So it's very very great. You do everything.
Yeah, because we have a very deep connection now, because when you came here for the first week, we were offering these transformation weeks, and she came to one of those weeks, yeah? And then you could hardly talk to anybody.
Yeah.
You're very kind of locked in, yeah?
Yeah.
But in the time since that, definitely you're not locked in anymore. Everybody can see you're very open and they're able to express what's going on, you know? So maybe it wasn't such a big job to go from there to here, because you already had been interested for many years. You just didn't know quite what that meant.
Yeah.
Now you do know what it's meant because you spent quite a lot of time visiting us. And you basically like what you've discovered. It fits with your hopes or your desires when you were much younger. That's what I'm asking you in a way.
Yeah, I don't know what I was really looking for. I don't know. So
I think you were looking for an inner space, inside yourself space, which was nourishing you and making you feel kind of peaceful, kind of relaxed, happy. I'm not so sure about happy, but kind of a sense that everything is all right, you know?
yeah,
You were looking for those kind of things when you
Yeah.
read those books, I think.
yeah. And I remember even like 6 months ago, I used to wake up and there were like so many thoughts and like I know like these structures and like woke up and was like, oh shit, why is it like this? Like I don't want this shit. And now I wake up and like it always feels like really warm and nice. So and then thoughts come and things, but this is like nicer. It's nicer. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great, you know, and it's not that difficult. And it can only get better, you know, there's a few more steps you can carry on climbing up the steps, you know.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think you do know. That's why I'm saying, in reference to these books that you read 5 or 8 years ago, in those days you got some kind of sense of some new possibilities, yeah, from doing spiritual life, from doing meditation. You got the idea something could be different, yeah, and it was attractive for you. It wasn't attractive to any of your friends. You were pretty much alone in the interest, yeah. And you've kept it going. It hasn't changed. So this is no longer on the level of some kind of casual thought or casual desire, you see. This is like something that's deep in your essence. This is who you are as a human being, wanting to express itself, and now it has a space to do that, and everything starts to kind of come together, and you feel everything is working, and you feel a kind of calmness and there's a word, shanti, you know, it means kind of calm stillness, peaceful, calm stillness, you know. So now you have this happening in your life, and that's in a way what part of the desire was when you read those books.
Yeah. And even like about the next steps, what you say, like I can't do anything about it, like, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you may have a lively Christmas where your family suggests some ideas they have about your next steps in your life, and you can smile and listen, but you have your own steps now. You
Yeah.
told me you want to get yourself a boyfriend, you want to travel, and then I told you it's all silly, and then you got very angry with me, and didn't show up for a few days or something.
This is all a lie. I never said that.
Okay, what's true then?
Yeah, so you mean when I'm done with university? So
No, I think we don't want to discuss that.
okay,
No.
then maybe better not.
I might have to call you silly again. That would spoil the energy a bit.
Yes, let's not talk about it. This is always a difficult topic.
But she looks a bit different, doesn't she? Does anybody like to comment? No? Come on, Jerry, you're good at.
Yeah, I would say you look more
Yeah, but that's the weird thing. Like, I don't know content in what, like, but it's.
Well, you're content with yourself. It's a contentment, an inner contentment of yourself. You don't have to be contentment of something. You're just content. That's much better, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because if you're content for something, that something you're content or makes you happy, or I mean, it can go, can't it?
Yeah.
And then what? So this contentment that you're involved in is always there because it's something to do with you. Well, it must be flower time. What have we got over here? Well, we need a few less of these next week, whoever's doing the flower. We need a few more roses, I would say. This is a bit bent over, but it's all right. Not so bad. Okay. Are you daddy of this beautiful girl? Do you want to come? It's the second week you're here. Gives me a chance to talk about your daughter. She's very lovely. I noticed that her nose and your nose are a bit the same.
Yes. Even the hands and the feet.
Really? Wow. Very sweet girl. Very sweet girl. She's quite mature to be able to sit alone there. My daughters can't sit that long like that.
It's, because of the nice energy. She's really sensitive. She feels that she can feel safe here.
Yeah?
So she's really confident.
Yeah, often kids like this place. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we've had a couple of kids who were probably a bit older than her, maybe up till 10, telling me that they're going to come and live here, even if their mother doesn't want to live here. You know, when they're old enough, they'll leave their mother and come here.
Yeah. I can imagine.
I don't know if that's going to happen, of course, but probably not. But maybe we should ask her if she'd like to live here, shall we? What's her name?
Emilia.
Amelia. My daughter's Amelia.
Oh, good choice.
So Amelia, would you like to live here? You like it here? Yeah? Maybe we can ask, can we ask her what, Amelia, what do you like? What do you like here? This is my daughters. I have two daughters, a little bit older than you. These are 8, and this one is Amelia. This one is Amelia. This one is Naomi. Amelia.
I think she cannot explain what she feels.
No, I understand. Yeah, no. But to be able to sit so quietly and comfortably is very nice, actually, because a lot of kids can't do that. Okay, and so he goes to kindergarten?
No, school.
School already?
The first year.
Right. Oh, wow. Clever girl. And you're probably not in school anymore.
No. I left school 10 years ago.
Right. And what brought you to this meeting besides your girlfriend?
I worked a lot. I started business in young years, so 20, was Sweden State. I worked and worked and worked, and I lost everything.
You
was
lost everything.
It was in 2 years, because I fight for everything, and now I realize there's nothing to fight, there's nothing to win. And the first time when I was here 1 week ago, since then my thoughts stopped to be so loud. They become
Sorry, say it again. Sorry.
my thoughts were
Thoughts?
really loud and much. Now they are calm and quiet,
Yeah.
and I don't know how to live with it, because I always, when I felt bad, I thought, when I get rich, I can change everything. Now I realize there's nothing to win, and I'm looking for something. I don't know what I'm looking for. Maybe I can find it here.
Yeah, I mean, you, probably deep down you're looking for your own essence. And unfortunately, in this school system and the sort of parent-family system, most people never get told or talked about what you can do with your own system, if you like. And so most people have a lot of thoughts to deal with. And like you're saying about making a lot of money, people have some ambition that, you know, they can become powerful or they can become rich or they can become successful. And that was supposed to then make everything okay. But of course it doesn't make anything okay.
No, it doesn't. So is it wrong to want this?
Well, it's not, I don't think it's a matter of wrong. It just doesn't achieve what you want, you know. I mean, being rich doesn't mean that you're happy. Being powerful doesn't mean that, you know, you feel satisfied.
Because I cannot let it go, this wish.
Well, you can if you understand that that wish is causing you a lot of sabotage in your life.
Yeah.
Then you can let it go, I think.
So I'm here to let it go, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, it takes some time because we're so conditioned by ideas like, oh, I want to be powerful, I want to be rich, that somehow has been supported maybe by your friends, by colleagues at work or at school, or I don't know, you know, a lot of people can support those kind of ideas.
Yeah.
And in a way, you meet less people around who are more interested in the inner world. I mean, I don't know if you're touched by this young woman, Madhu, but you know, I'm very touched by her because I know that coming to this place and meeting me actually, she has felt a lot of love actually. I mean, the truth is, we'll talk later. No, the truth is that Madhu loves me a lot. Yeah. And it's very nice that she loves me a lot because it's not really personal, and she's gradually discovering that this love that she feels is not really personal. And that in fact everybody in our community feels an enormous love for the other people here, but it's not really personal. Actually, everybody in this community is living single. We have no couples. So we had couples here before. We've even had, I think, 2 or maybe 3 babies born in the community. One in the early days, and that boy, he's now, I don't know exactly, 18 or 19 or something. So we've had children born here, we've had couples here, but now for a few years, everybody here is standing on their own feet. And standing on your own feet is one basic quality that you need in order to discover who you are. It doesn't mean you can't have a partner, but at some point in the relationship and in the relationship with truth or discovering your essence, it's like if you climb Mount Everest, you can bring your girlfriend to base camp. But once you're on the last day on the top of Everest, you have to go alone.
No. We already talked about this. We already talked about this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you know, it takes quite a long time to get up to the top of Everest. So in the meantime, you can travel along with a partner. It's okay.
No.
And you're obviously a very nice guy because your daughter's very nice.
Thank you.
You have other
Yes,
children?
another daughter. She's 3 years old.
3 years old. Okay. Well, it's not such a quick fix, So I would just say, if you're interested, we have these meetings on Friday, and there's another meeting on Tuesday through the Zoom. And we have retreats along the way of the year. Retreats are, if you get enough interested, a retreat is a good thing. Maybe it's a bit difficult with your two girls, but...
There's no problem. She can live with her mother.
Oh, okay.
So
Right, yeah, you can take 2 weeks and come to a retreat. That's
There's no problem.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested, and
Yeah, welcome. Yeah.
maybe I will start with reading your book,
Oh, okay.
because we bought one, but my girlfriend has it, and
Which one have you started reading? And which one did you give to him to read? I think The Great Misunderstanding would be a good one to start. Yeah?
yeah.
But I read now Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi's
Book.
Arunachala.
Right. Yeah. Arunachala? Arunachala Shiva, about his life. Or the one we did recently, Aham Sparana.
The orange book.
Oh, yeah. This is the best book. Yeah. We've just finished another book. It's going to the printer on Monday, and this is, yeah. In a way, what you're going to find is that the beginning process is that a lot of things which you believed will turn out not to be true. So this is a bit uncomfortable, So you have to see that in a way you have to be patient with yourself and with what you've been told by people. Our parents, of course, always love us, but often they tell us things which are not true. So we have to kind of, work slowly through all that. They think it's true, of course, when they tell us, but... Good, okay, well, I don't know you well enough to know which flower you'd like, so I'll give you this one.
Thank you.
Come on, Fred, I think it's your turn. So Fred is from England. You'll immediately realize that he's from England, and he's considering to come to India with us.
I haven't gone that far yet.
Oh, you haven't gone that far?
No.
Oh, I thought you were...
I think it's, I don't know, I've been one of these control freaks all my life, John, and I love my work, and I've worked almost like with no social side, and I thought that was great. I thought it wasn't for the money, I just felt I was getting such good feedback from everything I did, and it was nice to felt that I was the expert at whatever I did, It was basically telecommunications. But I look back now, and nothing actually makes me feel good, happy. And everything that happened, my family started to disappear. They, mum and dad is gone, and sister, and I've got 2 brothers left now, but they all got their separate lives, and I felt that what is there after work? What is there after? I was always getting my reward from the results I was getting, and then suddenly that stops. And
You say
think,
you were doing telecommunications?
Yeah,
So,
it's like an engineer, yeah.
so you mean you were helping the telephone, when you made a telephone call, that it worked?
Exactly. Yeah, I worked in the exchanges.
Right.
Lot of Ericsson stuff, Swedish. I lived in Sweden for 3 years. But strangely enough, I've always been on my own. So it actually hit a note for me when you spoke to the other gentleman about we are. I mean, you get born, you're on your own. When you die, you're always going to be on your own. So I guess this process of following Bhagavan is actually making us, look again at what we think we've been doing, and seeing if those results are real. Have you really got happiness and joy out of what you've been doing?
Right.
And I know that, from my short journey, I've only really started this in the last 6 months, and really it started from
And
this.
tell us how it started 6 months ago.
It's more from unhappiness. It didn't matter what I was doing, what I spent, what I bought. It would be 5 minutes, and then there was nothing, and there was a coldness. There was like a greyness. I just felt.
I mean, I guess you retired or something, have you?
I'd retired about 4 or 5 years ago, but I still kept doing some project work, which was just 3 months a year.
Right.
So it didn't feel like I'd actually ended, but I realised even when that was dissipating, there was a hollowness, an emptiness, and I just felt I wasn't getting out, and I thought, crikey, I'm 70 now, and what's going to be the end? With me just not knowing anybody, not having any friends, not having any family, and I just thought, no, there's got to be more. So I don't know how it happened. I mean, like you spoke to the lady about the Eckhart Tolle book. I'd heard about it. I did actually look at it, and I saw Eckhart Tolle videos a couple of times, and he was good, but I think he has like more of a Buddhist way with him, that whereas I think this guy is severe. He's like, I'm going to kill the ego. I'm going to kill, and it's so simple. I mean, it's not that I can do it, but I just think every word he says is so simple. It's like, be quiet, be still, don't try and analyse, let the mind be absorbed into your heart centre. I think it's just amazing. So just doing those things, not that I can do it, but I realise it's practice, like what I'm used to in the past, where I would spend hours to learn something, to get to the detail. I realise now that doesn't actually hold true for this, but there is a similarity. It's like perseverance. It's like pushing forward. You're going to get problems, you're going to get defeated, but you just keep going.
Right.
So that bit, the tenacity, I've always had, and I think I still have. Right. And I shut up, John. So
I think you're saying it yourself. I mean, if you have this perseverance, and something has touched you to come in contact with Bhagwan, and if you've read some of his books, I mean, we've got several books here.
Indira pointed them out. I will look at them. It's strange that I've never been attracted to the reading part.
Right.
And even in the UK, and I think this is connected somewhere, they have 3 nights a week where they do have 1 hour of silent meditation, half an hour break for 15 minutes, then another half an hour. Yeah. And I've really enjoyed that, because I know that other people are doing it at the same time as me, and we don't talk on it, it literally is. But they have on the other 2 nights of the week, they have discussions on Bhagavan's books. But I've been on them, and I just think, I don't want to get into the intellectual mode. I don't want to question. So,
well, you're obviously a very unusual English person, because some of these guys, when they heard somebody was coming from England, they thought, aha. We've had to deal already with John David, and now another English is coming.
But yeah, it's strange for me. I get all put off by when they're discussing. They read a chapter, and whilst I can just think about it. I try not to analyse it too much. And then they say, well, what do you guys think of what's he trying to say there? And then somebody would say an interpretation, and then somebody else would say, but no, I don't think it. And I'm just thinking, this is too much of a like normal day mind thing.
Right.
So I'm
Well,
obviously a bit odd.
you'll be very pleased to know that we don't do that here. You know? Yeah. And we can hardly talk here and think, you know, we're a load of, we're all a bit strange. You'll find we're all a bit strange, but never mind.
If you don't talk, then that means that you are letting your heart say the words, you know, and that's really what I need to immerse myself more into that. That's what I feel that you guys do well. So
Right. Okay.
Thank you. That's just my short, like, you know.
Yeah, you only arrived a few hours ago, so.
Well, you
we'll
know, in the last couple of weeks.
We'll ask you. Are you staying a week or how long are you here?
I'm actually here 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah,
Wow.
two Fridays.
Amazing. They won't even recognise you when you go back to England. Who's this guy? You know?
Well, yeah, I did drop the guy Fernando Alves, who sort of like he does more like the timing of it. You know, he does the and then we go into it. I just dropped him an email. I said, look, I won't be able to attend for the next. And he just literally said and left his email address, which was really nice. You know, just ever get in contact, but.
There's Om over there. Yeah.
He's his brother.
Yeah.
But no,
well, I'm very happy you were here with us. Yeah.
Thank you, John. It's
Hope
very,
you have a
very
good
nice to
time.
meet you, and you know, I appreciate that. I often think to myself, and I know this, but if I got realised, would I want to do all those things that, like, you put yourself through? Perhaps Muji puts himself through. You know.
No. Wait a minute. You're getting a bit ahead of yourself.
Yeah.
I think. Slightly.
Well, yeah, it's true. It's So
I mean,
it's very appreciative.
There are lots of people who became realised who don't do any of those things. You know, they probably live in a very nice little shack in the forest somewhere. You know.
Yeah. And I'm guessing that's the first option I would try. Not that you have an option.
Wait. You're becoming a little English now. Maybe I'll give you a flower quickly and get rid of it. Up until just then, you were very, very good. Everybody was very impressed. But don't worry about when you get self-realized. You know, the first thing is to get self-realized.
Oh God.
Then after that, you'll be directed by the higher intelligence.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about that.
No.
Can you imagine? I've been living in Germany for 20 years, and I'm English, and I can't speak any German.
No.
And still here I am functioning somehow.
Yeah. No, I'm sure these guys say it's from the bottom of their heart as well. I think it's amazing that what you're doing, because we the average person, 99% of the world, if you like, just don't get it. You know, we just don't see what is our real nature, the real person inside. And we need as much help as we can get. I really do. Otherwise, and as you know, the sort of the trying to think of the word they use, let's say a higher power, they know that we've got to go that way. The world is otherwise going to be on the brink of something else. You know, we must push through, make everybody start to go inwards instead of looking outwards. But yeah.
Right.
But no, I think.
Great. Anyway, it's great you're here.
Thank you, John.
Great. 90% of what you said was great, and we'll bash you about the other bit.
Yeah.
But never mind. And when you go back to England, you can tell everybody what a good time you had.
Thank you very much, John. Thank you. Cheers, mate.
What's the time? What time? time do we start? 8:15. We have a bit more time. I think Nora has to come. She's been silently crying for quite a while now. Are you crying, or you want to come and tell us? I don't know, Shanti, you must have put something in the food this week, I think. So you're feeling rather happy inside, and therefore you're crying, or why do you cry?
I can't really define it, but naja, happiness I wouldn't say. No. I'm just so, it's so hot in here. I mean,
So hot.
huh?
Really hot.
Yeah, it's really hot. Yeah.
Okay.
So I have heat waves.
You're suffering from too
Yeah.
much heat.
Yeah. Now, I mean, before not, but
Since you sat here, you're feeling hot.
no, even
over
before.
there you were hot. Oh.
It started at some point. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I mean, there are tears sometimes.
Okay.
I mean, I can't really define a feeling, because when the tears are coming, they are coming, but there was like a picture. I think I feel the pain of my mother these days.
Yeah.
Because Christmas is coming, and she asked me if I'm coming a
After
few times,
Christmas. Right.
and I avoided to answer to her.
Right. But she's in Germany or in Greece?
No, in Germany.
Oh. How far is it?
350 kilometers. And today,
I mean, if you want to go for a day or two, you can, you know.
no, I don't want to.
Ah, okay.
No. Yeah, and it's a bit weird because, yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. It's like I'm so far away from her because we have a very deep connection, but I don't know.
Well, I think the reality is you have a deep connection with your mother. Everybody has a deep connection with your mother, but that doesn't mean you always like your mother. And at the moment, probably you don't like her so much because you need to sort out some of the stuff that's happened in your life that has left you with certain structures, which you can say you can blame, or you can see that they come through your mother or from your mother. Maybe it's not her fault, but anyway, it happened like that. So you need some time to work through all that.
Yeah.
And the right moment, of course, you can go and see her, but when you don't want to, I wouldn't go then.
No. And I just don't feel like to be in contact with her at the moment. Sometimes I hug her. That's just coming up within me. Like then I hug her. But yeah, it's very clear that, and how to express that to your mother, because she's crying every time when I go home and when I leave. I know how painful it is for her.
Yeah, but this is also not so healthy for her.
Exactly.
You know? I mean, she's also got to become a bit more mature, that she doesn't have to cry every time her daughter leaves. I mean, she wants you to be in the cupboard all the time. I mean, you have your life, she has her life.
Yeah.
And you meet when you
know. Yeah, so today I just told her, I mean, what did I tell her? That I'm not coming, and that I'm here, and that I'm good, but that she can come every time she wants. I didn't say Christmas, but I also didn't say don't come Christmas, but I just said you can come and visit me every time you want.
Sure, sure.
Like,
Yeah.
and I just think this is present at the moment within me. Maybe this pain of her.
She's so cute, girl.
Yeah, the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a very lovely daughter you have. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's amazing, yeah, when you meet this kind of little girl, you know, she's how we arrive on this planet, you know, amazing, yeah, how we actually arrive, yeah. And then what happens?
Yeah, drama. Anyway, yeah, also, yeah, that's very present. And of course, also the honey tour, it's activating some structures. I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's also good for you. The more structures
Yeah,
get
yeah,
activated, the better, you see.
Yeah, but it's really like it changed so much because it's subtle and it doesn't stay, but emotions come up and they can come up, and then it's like a release, and then I can smile again. I mean, it's a bit weird, but it's good, like better than the big drama. Like
Sure,
it's like-
sure. Yeah.
I sometimes it's like it's observing yourself, and it's like weird how.
I mean,
How
when you're
is-
saying that, you know, I'm remembering one of my girlfriends years ago, probably 40 years ago or something, and I'm remembering how I tend to be a person that says things which can be a bit provoking. You know?
Yeah.
So when I was together with this particular woman, I remember she often got provoked by things I told her, I said, you know. A lot of it was like English humor, which she didn't understand and thought I was doing a joke on her or something. But then the amazing thing was she wouldn't talk to me for 2 or 3 days at a time. Yeah, as soon as she got pissed with me, I couldn't release this pissedness, you know. It would just go on, this sort of grinding, kind of pissed off silence. I don't think she lasted very long as my girlfriend, actually.
That's how I was.
Yeah, with me last year.
A bit longer than some days, no? Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, it was hard to believe that she's the same woman. Last year, she was coming to India, and we had to have a special meeting before she would come to India, and she wanted to negotiate with me that I would be very nice to her in the retreat, and in fact not talk very much to her, which seemed a bit silly to me, but that's what she wanted. So we did that deal, you know. Then she came back from that trip, and then we didn't see her for 9 months because she was learning to deliver babies. And now she's decided to live in the community.
Yeah.
And now we get on rather well, don't we?
Yeah.
Right. Strange, huh?
Yeah, this is what I mean. It's strange, but it is how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm sure in a few years you can sort your mother out too, you know, but not
Yeah.
all at once. Start with you,
No. Yeah.
your mother next maybe, and then later daddy.
Yeah, or the sister. There's also a sister.
Sister as well.
Yeah, there's also a sister.
Well, you have to hope that when you start transforming, they'll all start transforming. You know. Could be.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah. It's really.
Okay, so are you a yellow person or a
Yes.
red person? You like
Yeah,
yellow?
it's my favorite color. Yes.
Would you like? Well, I've got lots of flowers here. I can give you
Yeah,
2
yeah.
flowers if you like. Get the yellow ones.
Thank you.
There you are. Enjoy. Yeah. Okay, so do you want to come? As you were the one losing your bananas earlier in the week. Maybe you start by telling us what happened. That was on Tuesday.
Tuesday in the Satsang, yeah, in
During
the
the
Zoom
Zoom meeting.
Satsang, yeah. Yeah, it was. I mean, the whole day was pretty quiet, and during the Satsang, it just became quieter and quieter, and I was just sitting, and at some point, it just felt like something else took over. It was just the only thing that I could do was surrender each moment to what is happening. So it began with that I fell from the chair,
Yeah.
and I was lying on the ground and I couldn't move, and then suddenly my body began to make some movements until they just became totally. I just exploded and smashed against everything around me, and then screams started. So there was so many screams. I don't know for how long, and
And I mean, when these screams started, were you aware what you were screaming about, or?
no, there was no issue what I was screaming about. It was just screams that were just.
Coming
It didn't
out.
feel like I was screaming. It's just something. Yeah, they
Right. Right.
very high pitched screams that I've never done before. Yeah.
Right.
And
right.
yeah, then I was lying on the ground, and someone came who took care of me. And there was so much energy, it just didn't stop for, I don't know, until I fell, until they put me into bed. And
I think Shanti must have put something in the food. So many people having their kundalini moving.
yeah, it's just. I mean,
When you
funny.
look back on all that, I mean, can you see anything in particular? I mean, was there something strong that you learned out of that happening? It sounds like it clearly happened to you. You didn't really do something.
Definitely, yeah. In each moment, I just could not intervene. It was like it felt like the only thing that I can do is do nothing, and then my body just moves and
Right.
does his stuff, yeah. And does
And
his
did it
stuff.
feel nice inside, or did you get a bit scary sometimes?
Actually, there was not much fear, no.
No.
No, because I've seen it before, like 2 days before with Ananda, and I've seen the movie of Radha and Indira, so it
Right.
felt quite natural in a way, yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah.
yeah, there was not really. At one moment, there was fear because I had so much pain in the body muscular exhaustion, and my body kept going and kept going. Like I could have never done another movement, but the body still did it. So that was but it was very, very easy to just let
And when you
go of
woke up the
everything.
next morning from a sleep, you had a good sleep, deep sleep.
Yeah.
And when you woke up in the morning, what was happening then? Was things calmer?
Definitely, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
But still very, very calm. But the funny thing, I could have stayed the whole day in the bed, but the funny thing is we went to the court, and so I really was very incentivized to go there. Really.
There was the day of the court you woke up.
Yeah, the morning, yeah.
Right.
It was
Maybe this is why everybody's having some special kundalini this week. Something about the court. Everybody's maybe affected, you know. But even that went very easy, didn't it?
Yeah, it was amazing to be in the court.
Yeah.
I just loved everything about it.
Well, we were very lucky. We had a very nice judge. He was kind of cool guy, yeah? He was called Dr. somebody, so he's probably quite well educated. He had very nice white hair, white tie, and he was kind of cool, I thought.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, the funny thing is that thoughts are still coming. Like I see my usual structures of different things, comparison, envy, even perfection within this situation, comparing it and evaluating it. There were still those thoughts, but they were so lovely in a way. It was so cute.
I think you weren't in my car yesterday, but yesterday we were, after the court case finished, we wanted to go and have a nice lunch. So we decided to go to a restaurant near the cathedral. And I'd often been to that restaurant, and I also knew a big car park on several levels, yeah. And when we got to this car park, it said full. So the driver said, "Oh, I can't go in because it's full." And I said, "Of course you can go in, because if it's full, on the other end, there'll be people leaving." And so, you know.
Yeah, the same thing happened in our car. I don't know who said it, but somebody said it's full, and then I said, yeah, well, but somebody's going to leave it. So,
Yeah, sure, somebody's going to leave. But anyway, our driver couldn't deal with that, and so they started driving around looking for a car park. And being Christmas, there wasn't any car parking. And finally I said, "Well, come on, guys, you better go back to that car park." And meanwhile, I enjoyed the Christmas market while they were doing that. And then later I gave them a bit of a, because this is the German perfect, you see. They see a sign saying full, and their German mind reads it, and the German mind goes, "Oh, I have to look somewhere else," you see. But it's not like that, because the car park may be full, but people are going to be leaving. But that's a bit creative, you know. The driver who I was helping to see all that is not here tonight. She's sick, so that'll teach her. That'll teach her her fault. Anyway, I mean, the nice thing about having had this experience is that, you know, you had it once, you have it again. And so you know that it's possible for you, when you had before maybe a rather critical mind about yourself, yeah, saying, "Oh, I'm not good enough to do this," or something. But now you can see it's happened to you, so it will happen again to you.
Yeah, that's what I can also see, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, some part of me was
You're
pretty
already,
surprised.
you're already
that it
climbing up
happened.
the steps, you know. Great, huh?
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
And now it's a few days' time. You're now fairly calm, are you, without any energetic things? Because Ananda still can't function. All she can do is sit and get very hot and say a lot of energy is moving.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday I was the whole day in the bed because I couldn't really function. But today there's just some body contractions, some stuff happening when I'm pretty quiet. But it's not as intense as that. I can still move, yeah.
Yeah, but it's still, it went on for 2 days. It's very good. Yeah.
Yeah, and it feels... Yeah, it's just a nice way to live like this.
Yeah.
Like naturally more trust and just...
I mean, now you see, now you're starting to feel this thing, yeah? So you can give your situation, you can give life more trust, and then you see the result of your more trust is more old nonsense disappearing. Okay. Well, I've got no idea what flower you like. Well, why don't you choose? Look, there's a rose here, but it's a little bit
no, not
soft.
that one.
Do you like this kind of ones? You can have 2 of those. If
Yeah,
you
I'll
like.
take both of them.
Okay, give you the orange one. Good.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, we're almost out of people to come and talk to me. I guess she only speaks German, yeah? Okay. If I could speak German, we could have a chat, but... One of these days I'll introduce my daughters. I think they'll get on quite well. Even the same name. Okay, so thank you.